It's an event that so many South Bay residents look forward to every year. The Evening Under the Stars Gala brings together food, wine, and fundraising for a local hospital. Reporter Siobhan Field takes us there.
Torrance Memorial Hospital was celebrated under the stars tonight. Proceeds from this 24th annual Food and Wine Festival, sponsored by Honda, go towards the opening of the hospital's new pediatric unit and tower.
Whoa. Delicious. Perfect.
We're blessed here in the city of Torrance to have great medical facilities.
And those facilities will get even better in 2015. In January, the medical centre broke ground on what will be a 390,000 square foot building. It is one of the largest building projects ever implemented in Torrance.
I just think everybody wins, and particularly the children that will be served.
Councilman Jean Barnett joined the record-breaking 800 guests at Honda's $125 a head gala. The annual fundraiser celebrates some of the South Bay's finest food and wine.
It's a great way for the community to come together and really raise funds to put back into such a great institution.
Restaurant owners donate their time to support the facility that serves their community.
Torrance is one of our best hospitals here in the South Bay, and they have such an awesome program for children as well as other programs that they support. So we always bring our food and drink and good attitude out to help keep that hospital going.
And guests benefit from the catered summer evening outdoors.
There you go. Very elegant, and it's just a great evening to come with family, friends, and just enjoy the evening.
Matt Sandlin placed 3 bids at the silent auction. Sandlin has been personally affected by Torrance Memorial Medical Centre's quality care, and he looks forward to giving back every year.
In an emergency, my wife actually just drove me to Torrance Memorial, and we got in there and they took care of me so fast and so professional. It was just amazing.
The hospital is just as appreciative for the support they receive from American Honda. Organisers are hopeful the event will raise more than $100,000 for their cause.
I want to thank Honda for once again hosting a fantastic event. Thank you very, very much for all that you do for this community.
This is a very exciting night for us. We have over 800 people in attendance, and we partnered with American Honda and the Torrance Chamber to raise money for our pediatric services and our new patient tower.
For City Cable 3, I'm Siobhan Field.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center is raising $200 million, $100 million for the new patient tower, and $100 million for other major projects. To date, they've raised $65 million and hope to reach their fundraising goal by 2017.
We've all heard the dire news from fire departments and first responders. The next big quake is coming. But what do experts in the field of seismology say? Alexis Sita finds out in this report.
Southern California is like a bowl of Jell-O. And you shake that bowl of Jell-O and it shakes. You stop shaking the bowl, what happens to the Jell-O? It continues to shake.
That simple explanation made this earthquake discussion easy to understand. Margaret Vinci from the Caltech Office of Earthquake Programs spoke in layman's terms, and she started by dispelling some myths.
We talk about earthquake weather all the time. Can happen. Earthquakes start deep in the ground. They're not affected by weather at all. They also, your animals are not a predictor to the earthquakes.
Vinci also revealed that more than 30 earthquakes occur every day in Southern California. And when there is a strong quake, she explained why there's a whole lot of shaking going on.
There's a lot of sediment in Southern California, meaning a lot of loose soil. So as the energy travels through the land, if it travels through bedrock, it goes quickly through that bedrock, and it doesn't shake as much. If it travels through loose soil, it gets trapped in that soil and it can't get out and it continues to shake. You can hardly move anywhere you're not going to be on a fault, so you need to know what to do.
That's because there are 300 known faults in Southern California, but there are also innumerable unknown faults in our area. Northridge was an unknown fault until that deadly earthquake occurred in 1994.
This was a magnitude 6.7. To scientists, this was a moderate-sized earthquake. This was not the big one.
Scientists often theorize as to what the big one could look like, and if a 7.8 quake occurs on the San Andreas Fault, here's what could happen.
This is an earthquake that will take 100 seconds to rupture from one end to the other. We will not feel it here in Los Angeles for 70 seconds. Again, this travels at 2 miles a second, so by the time it reaches us, it will be about 70 seconds. We'll probably lose electricity first. That could be an early warning. But it will take 100 seconds to rupture from one end to the other. Ground shaking of up to 2 minutes in some areas. Northridge shook for 14 seconds. You don't have time to think about it. You don't have time to run somewhere. You don't want to run somewhere because you're going to get hit by flying objects. You're going to be thrown off your feet.
Drop cover and hold on could be the single most important thing to do when the shaking starts. And to prove her point, Vinci showed this photo from the Haiti earthquake. At an elementary school, these desks were the best place to see cover since they were the only things left standing. Once the quake is over, be prepared to take care of yourself and your family. Vinci said everyone should have supplies that last for up to 14 days, especially water, 1 gallon per person per day.
You need to be prepared to have supplies. So you need to have water, and that water is the most important thing you need to have. If you don't have anything else, have water and a first aid kit.
After the presentation, attendees sorted through the information and uncovered what they found most compelling.
The need for neighborhoods to be able to work together, I think, is very important. The damage that we can anticipate from a large earthquake could be extensive, and people will need to help each other.
Every time we come to one of these programs, we learn a little bit more, and it helps us prepare that much better for the earthquake that is coming.
It's not if, it is when. We are going to have these threats. We're going to have a large earthquake one day, but all people need to be prepared for the 7.8.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Alexa Sita.
Thanks, Alexa. A poll taken by UCLA recently found that only 40% of all Californians have sufficient water for this type of disaster, and less than 20% have prepared their homes. Vinci encourages everyone to participate in the earthquake drill, the Great American Shakeout, in October. For more information, go to shakeout.org or earthquakecountry.org.
For decades, we've been told not to go in the sun without sunscreen, but now some experts believe that may contribute to a vitamin deficiency. Reporter Christy Kapik finds out how you can get the vitamins you need.
If you lack sun exposure or have a strict vegetarian diet, vitamin deficiency could be lurking in your future.
I had my levels checked and it was deficient. And I noticed when I started getting a little bit of sun and taking a supplement, my immune system started getting stronger.
Laureen is not alone. Recent studies suggest that 50% of us don't get enough vitamin D, and that deficiency could lead to cardiovascular disease, asthma, and even cancer. It's also been linked to bone loss, so people like Mary Lou Lopez make an effort to boost their levels every day.
I've been taking that D the last several years. My bones were not that good before. But, you know, in getting older, once I turned into my 50s, taking D all the time, my bones are dense.
Vitamin D is known as the sunshine vitamin, and out here at the farmer's market, I'm getting plenty of vitamin D. It's really important to know if you're vitamin D deficient, and we're going to show you here at the farmer's market how to find those few little items that might have some extra vitamin D for your diet.
There are sources of vitamin D-rich foods in the farmer's market. For example, you might see the cheese right here. There's goat cheese, and there's a stand that sells eggs. You might find maybe green leafy vegetables that could be high in vitamin D. You might find other sources like milk.
Besides sitting in the sun, people traditionally got their vitamin D from fortified milk. Today, those vitamins are not always the correct level, and fewer adults and children are drinking milk. Vandana Chef suggests reading labels to ensure these products are fortified with vitamin D. You can also find products where vitamin D naturally exists.
Yeah, I know all mushrooms have vitamin D. I know maitake mushrooms are one of the most cancer-fighting mushrooms in Japan.
They're not so abundantly found in foods. Few foods have them. For example, fatty fish like salmon, tuna, mackerel, sardines.
Other than finding your daily dose of vitamin D in fish, mushrooms, and fortified milk, there's one other great benefit to outdoor shopping.
In the farmer's market, You are here to shop, to enjoy some fresh produce, but what you're also getting is vitamin D from the sun exposure. So it's really important to take your time and spend about at least 15 to 20 minutes while you're shopping, and consider doing it without sunscreen or protection on your skin.
As you soak in the sun and enjoy the treasures of the farmer's market, remember that your age, weight, and skin pigment can affect the body's ability to synthesize the vitamin. Getting tested or consulting with your physician is the best bet to beating the deficiency blues.
Any supplementation should be done under the guidance of physicians.
This is Christy Kapik reporting for City Cable 3.
Thanks, Christy. And as we mentioned in the story, be sure to consult with your physician before you start taking vitamin D supplements.